Hello, welcome back to BSLIVE. Today I will be doing something simple, basically kind of like a random doodles inspired by Haring, and also there's a Mr. Doodle. So what you might notice, their drawing is like they're using like a really thick markers, and then they're just drawing right away without actually thinking. So Haring also, but this one is a little bit more colorful. I think they're really fun to do, and something we can try using Blender. So currently I have my Mac connected to the iPad, so I can use the Apple Pencil. So that's okay. Normally you start with 3D, right? In this case, we just want to do it using Grease Pencil. So the fastest way is to just use File, New, 2D Animation. So by default, the stroke is like 50% opacity, but you want to right click and set the strength to like 1 maximum, and then the radius, you set the radius, and then you just turn it off for the stylus, so you have this thick bold radius to work with. And control option spacebar to hide everything. So now you can start drawing. Okay, so this is gonna be like a 2D 3D therapy. And normally, okay, in order to do this, I think you have something in mind and you're just start doodling. Like in my case, I know I like to draw this doggy, and yeah, I just make it really simple. I don't know what I'll be drawing next, but maybe just whatever comes up in my mind. And yeah, maybe there's like a ball, some kind of baseball bat. Sometimes you just wanna maybe like draw like a cloud sort of thing. Maybe you like to draw like plant. We try to fill the page anyway, so we have the layout here and we can just keep on drawing. I don't know, maybe butterfly, maybe also worm. I'll draw my snail every now and then. This is can be really meditative, and you don't need to worry. Yeah. So this, I think this might require a bit of practice, but yeah, I don't know what to draw next. Maybe some kind of plunger. Maybe like a can, or like a something cylindrical. I don't know. I'll draw my famous robot. When I was little, I like to draw this type of robot. Very basic. Oh, okay, this one is kind of overlapping, so this one might be a little bit off, but I think the Haring one and the Mr. Doodle, their drawing is like some of them, they're kind of touching and overlapping, so it's but it's up to you. It's you can make your own. Yeah, okay, the easiest one, sun. Maybe some of the shape is not, is simpler, so I don't know. You can try doing this. Okay, that's probably not the best drawing. You can try doing this also in 3D instead of 2D. Let's draw favorite objects, camera. draw some kind of maybe octopus, I don't know. Draw pencil, maybe flag. Maybe glasses. You almost fill up the whole thing with doodles. By the way, your doodles is actually grease pencil, right? I told you it's grease pencil. So it is like a kind of like a vector art. You can print this out, and they're gonna expand accordingly. So this one maybe not very solid. I don't know, maybe some kind of paper money flying. I think doing this, you need to be really relaxed, and you have to be also I mean, you are practicing your confidence with drawing. And you can try doing this in 3D with 3D objects, maybe like a scanned object. Could be fun. Yeah. Let's say you're happy with this, right? We can go Control Option Spacebar. Back in 3D mode, you can move things around with middle mouse button. We can switch to object mode. Okay, don't forget to save this very quickly. So this is like Doodle Therapy. And you can actually animate this, okay? Currently it's just like a stroke. You can always play around with this, you know, like using mirror. Could be interesting. Maybe. Or noise, okay. Noise is a fun one. So by default, it's just like gonna animate it. Let's reduce the strength. This is the position, right? You can play around with this. So each stroke, because it is grease pencil, you can convert this into curve and then convert it into like geometry nodes and then turn it into 3D. This is if you play with thickness, and this is the strength of the stroke. It's really, it's basic, right? But it's kind of interesting as well. This is the noise. It gives certain look, and you can render this out, of course, as animations. Maybe, yeah, we can kind of stop here, but I recommend you can kind of try, you know, like duplicating this and rotate it 90 degrees. I don't know, maybe create like 3D walls with your doodles. And yeah, I've done this in the past, right, a couple of times, but I think I haven't actually pushed this as much. If you duplicate it and right click convert to Bezier, so it's becoming, you get a curve. So you have the grease pencil and you have the curve. This is curve. By default, it's really dense. You can smooth it, you can resample, clean up, decimate the curve, just reduce the curve. Maybe you don't have to do that because you will use the curve with something like geometry nodes anyway. So let's try. So this is curve object. You can easily resample. Okay, very interesting. You can resample based on the count, or you can use the length. You have something that's really graphic there. And then you can use curve to mesh, and then just use like a circle. Okay, maybe like circle curve. Plug this into profile. Reduce the radius. Now we need some kind of material, so create materials. Give it like a black color for now. And then you set material, assign it to our creations. So now we have a 3D object. So we can also reset our grease pencil. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I think that's not bad. Let's select this, increase roughness, so you have more or less like full black color. So I like drawing with strokes. This one doesn't have fill or color, but you can try yourself. Just in different color. The orange. Yeah, this one you can actually just export out as mesh. Let's see if I increase this. Yeah. So you can have something that's more graphic like that. This one I quite like this as well. So it's become like some kind of artwork. So what else can you do here? That's probably it what I want to show you. If you try to do this in 3D, let's say you won't work with with the donut. Okay, you can, a quick method, you can probably like just subdivide it and smooth and just apply subdivision. If you just want to quickly draw, you can use Vertex paint. And with Vertex paint, let's see, turn on Vertex. You can start drawing. Let's see. Okay, right click. Okay, the color. Set it to black, and we can start drawing. You might need to subdivide this further because it's not enough. Subdivide, assign. So we have something that's really dense now. Instead of using texture paint, I'm using Vertex paint, and we can start drawing in 3D. I don't know what I'm gonna draw. Okay, I think the radius is too small. Let's go thicker. We can try something that's super abstract, just like shapes with a maybe with like simple shapes like a geometry. You just follow your instinct and just keep doodling this way. So this is also kind of like a nice therapy. But you need, because this is like working in 3D, right? You need to get used to it. Okay, I believe, because if I'm using the iPad, okay, what's the control? I need to hold middle mouse button. Ah, okay. Just use my mouse. You can draw like this. Keep going with the shade until you really like fill up the whole torus. This might take a while, but you get the drill. But the thing with Blender Vertex, I think if you're really close, your brush stroke will be different. Something to keep in mind. It's actually Blender thing. I think there's probably like an option to override this, but if you're really close, your stroke will be different. I don't know, maybe you will like to do that as well. So now it's a bit off. If I'm not wrong, there should be a way to doodle while you're rotating. Or you can use the icon up here. Anyway, you get the drill. Let's Control Option Spacebar. So we have this objects with vertex paint with some doodles. Yeah, so this could be something you can try yourself. Okay, with the shader here, if you want to have the vertex showing, just use the vertex color, plug this into the color. Now we have our object. Could be fun. It will take some time, but it's part of the therapy. Just learn to relax and meditate and just enjoy the time doodling. You know, it's abstract, but I think it's a lot of fun. Definitely inspire. I mean, I like to do this a little bit more. I think Haring one actually have like animated stories. It's really cool. Mr. Doodle, he draw random stuff, and they seem like sometimes touching, overlapping, but it's very bold, right? He knows what he's doing. And yeah, I'm gonna try doing this with 3D objects. Yeah, just markers and some patience and doodling. But yeah, but see, like this drawing, he knows what he's doing from the start. I think it's this one still needs a bit of work, but anyway, do it your own way, and enjoy the therapy. Hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.